JTL 24, old man, new tricks, old dog, new tricks, old man, new tricks, whatever it is. Anyway, JTL 2024 recap. I've been a full-time YouTuber now for actually 5 years. It was 5 years at the end of October. To say it's been an easy ride would be a lie of great proportion. I got to a point in 2023 where I honestly didn't make any money for 6 months, maybe a little bit more. There was a little bit of Amazon affiliate money, a little bit of YouTube AdSense, but not really anything to shake a stick at. I seriously thought about quitting. I think everybody probably thinks about quitting at some point. If I wasn't fortunate enough to have people that I work with behind the scenes and my lovely wife who continued believing in what I was doing and that it was the right thing for me to do and supporting me both literally and figuratively, I don't know. I looked back this month at the end of last year and last November and November for 2024 and compared it, and numbers up more than 3 times from year to year, which is great. For better or worse, for as long as I've been doing this since 2013, and even the creative stuff that I've done all my life, 2024 was the year I finally kind of made myself accountable for my YouTube channel, my overall career. I made choices. I followed through with the choices. I finally took things to heart that I needed to get to for a long time about what I was doing. And so I figured I'd make this video and sort of tell you something about the 3 hard lessons that I took to heart in 2024 that helped me get back on the right track, to help me get things moving in the right direction again. Number 1 is that no one can save you. And I'm going to preface this by saying, and I really believe this to be true, that anyone can succeed at YouTube or really anything else in life, creative or otherwise. You just have to show up. You have to show up and do the work and be there. The only way that people fail to succeed is by failing to show up enough, right? You have to kind of make a plan and execute that plan. And in the absence of a plan, you have to at least put one foot in front of the other day after day, week after week. I was afraid to fail after having had some success on YouTube, going full time and all that kind of stuff, which seems perhaps paradoxical, maybe ironic. But the truth is, I was prideful. I didn't want to fail in front of, all the people that watched my videos and who had been following me. But then again, you know what they say about where pride comes and where the fall comes. And I really fell for several years trying to get things done. And so I had to come to terms with that pridefulness and put it someplace else and get to work. The important thing in this endeavor, as well as anything else, is don't worry about what just happened. Worry about what's happening next. If you make a video, you put it out, your focus should be on the next video, not what the video that you just put out is doing. Always keep moving forward. If a video tanks, who cares? It just does. And then you move forward. So 2 videos a week minimum. And that's what I've been doing for the past probably 6 or 8 months. And things are looking better. Number 2, and this is going to sound harsh. I don't mean it to be harsh, but it was a harsh lesson for me. And it's one that I've actually learned several times over the years. I'm not here to make friends. I was really fortunate when I started having success on YouTube. There were a lot of other people sort of in the community who were coming up at the same time. And there was a nice little group of folks who, we'd hang out, we'd do live streams together. If you've been with the channel for a while, then you know who these people all are. And for the most part, I love all of those people then and now. And I'll always value every part that anyone played in my life and career here. But for me, it was too easy to get caught up in the social aspect of being an online creator, and I found myself getting too caught up in my own drama, other people's drama, spending too much time talking about making videos and not enough time making videos. This is not to say like I don't have or I don't want friends. I have a lot of friends in the YouTube community and I really value them all. But I was looking for validation. I was wanting people to tell me how great I was because I didn't feel great. And I was wanting people to sort of co-sign the things that I thought I needed to do in order to get myself back to where I wanted to be. And that sort of codependent thing just doesn't work when you're trying to do a creative thing. I needed to put my friendships in the right places and not overvalue the social aspect of everything and get to work. So that's what I did. And so for those of you friends who haven't like seen me around, there are reasons. And it was a blessing in disguise that I stepped away and I got to work. The third thing, and this is maybe something that I've always known, but it just sort of came back to me this year a little bit, and that was that resistance is futile.
Resistance is futile.
That's for Michael Fisher, by the way. I try to read or listen to books and podcasts as often as I can that help me like sort of triangulate this creator life thing. I listen a lot to the Think Media podcast with Sean Cannell. I listen to Dusty Porter and his podcast. I listen to a lot of different stuff, but I also listen to audiobooks. And this year, while I was out doing my walking, I listened to Stephen Pressfield's book, The War of Art. In that book, one of the things that he talks about early on in the book and throughout is the idea of resistance. There's this phenomenon that happens to a lot of creators, regardless of discipline. Resistance is basically either the simple things or the really elaborate structures that we build up around ourselves to keep us from doing the thing that we say we want to do. If I'm a writer, I need the right pen. If I'm a YouTuber, I need the right camera. I need the right light. I need the right set. I need the right whatever. And you just can come up with all these things that'll put space between you and actually doing it. You're creating an excuse for yourself. And so resistance was getting the better of me, getting the better of what I had committed myself to doing on YouTube. And I had to come to terms with that. I had to find my ways to beat resistance. I had to stop going out to buy things, telling myself that I was going to, I'll need this for the channel, or I'll review this on the channel, or so, blah, 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 blah. It was all an elaborate scheme to keep me from facing the difficulties that I was having and the difficult sort of transitions that I had to make. I changed from Painfully Honest Tech this year to just using my name, Jason T. Lewis. And that was a decision that I perseverated over for several years. If you followed me on Twitter or in the comments or anything like that, you'll know that I just didn't know what to do. I was looking for gurus to tell me it was the right thing to do. I was looking for friends to back me up. I was looking for books or podcasts to tell me that it was the thing to do. But I was not trusting my instincts. I was not trusting myself. And that was something that I had to really recognize and get over. I was totally overthinking everything about my YouTube career and just freezing myself in place, like with analysis paralysis or whatever you want to call it. But I was perseverating over what I should do and doing nothing. Or doing things that made me feel like I was doing something, like rearranging my studio for the 6th time in the year or whatever. And I knew that I had to like dig down and stop. So I did. I keep saying to myself, YouTubers make YouTube videos. Writers write. You're not anointed these things. You don't come out of the womb with this stuff. You are what you do. And I've known that for so long, but I found myself not following my own advice and not really sort of connecting with what I knew to be the truth. Once you make the thing, it's pretty much out of your hands. And I needed to focus on the next thing, not the thing that I just released into the world. Success isn't found in views or likes or money or any of those things. Success is found in doing the thing as well as you can and then turning around and doing it again. Your life's work is not the amount of likes that you have. Your life's work is the work that you do, and that stuff is the byproduct, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's a lot or a little. If you do the work and you stay committed to doing it the way that you believe it should be done, that is validation enough. None of this... I'm sure this sounds like just a ton of rambling. None of this is really explained as well or completely as I want it to be. I wanted to make this video just to kind of check in with you guys at the end of the year here and to check in with myself as the year turns over to 2025 in just a couple of weeks now. I already have tons of plans for 2025. I've got videos scheduled out for months. I've never had videos scheduled out. I've got a lot of good things coming. I'm covering a lot of different stuff, and I'm not going to be afraid of it anymore. I'm not afraid anymore. This is what I do, and I'm just going to do it. So for all of you who've been here for a long time, or those of you who just showed up recently, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. I know I say that all the time, but I really like doing what I do and having the opportunity to do it and have conversations with you folks. So I really do appreciate it. Until next time, I'm out.